Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Suzanne.
It's nice to see many of you here today. Before I begin my talk, I would like to once again invite you all to contemplate the violent deaths that have occurred throughout our world. So if you would like to join me in a moment of reflection, 1 minute, please. Goto. Today is June 18th, 2023 in Seattle. It's a cloudy, rather cool morning. I welcome you all to the Hondo and also to those of you joining us online today. It's a privilege to be able to be with you. Please listen carefully to a passage from Master Nagarjuna's chapter on easy practice. Comparable, vast, and pure his virtues are, clearly extending like vast open space. His acts freely benefiting all. Thus I prostrate myself before Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. This passage is part of the Junirai written by our first patriarch, Master Nagarjuna, which we just chanted this morning together. In the Junirai, Master Nagarjuna praises and thanks Amida Buddha. Koga Chorai Mida Son. Thus I bow to the ground before Amida Buddha, the noble one. This is also translated as Namo Amida Butsu, or I take refuge in infinite wisdom and immeasurable compassion. Incomparable, vast, and pure, Amida's virtues are, extending like vast open space, benefiting all. I have a difficult time grasping, understanding, identifying Amida's virtues, Amida's goodnesses. And so I do not appreciate fully Amida's virtues or goodnesses. But I have recently been engaging with my family upon the passing away of our loved ones. I have planned, conducted, and attended family services for our loved ones. I am hearing, reading, stories about their lives that I wished I had known while they were living. Through these memorial services, I am realizing how important telling our stories to each other is. Sharing our stories with one another is what connects us as human beings. And as I live, as I exist, I am being. I am composing a story to be told, a story that perhaps will be my life history or obituary. I am understanding better now. Services are for my benefit, for our benefit, for us the living, to help us appreciate our lives while we are living, to live our lives gratefully. I thought I knew my brother when he was alive, but there was more I learned from his life history and his obituary that I didn't know. He earned some medals while serving in the U.S. Army. He told me he was a mechanic and maintained Jeeps, but I didn't know about his driving military dignitaries around in the Jeeps. I knew that he didn't get to go to college, but I didn't realize that his working on the farm instead of going to college had a great deal to do with my ability to attend university. And if I appreciate the stories that preceded my parents' generation and the generations that preceded theirs, and so on, I would have a bit better understanding of how incomparable and vast and pure Amita's virtues and goodnesses are. They extend like vast open space, benefiting all, not just me. This is how I am realizing that telling our stories is important, to help future generations understand how they have come to be who they are. Memorial services give us opportunities to hear our stories. Yesterday, I came to the temple to open it up so that a family could hold their 49th day memorial service for their loved one. Nowadays, memorial services are infrequent, partly because of the last 3 years of being discouraged from gathering. It was heartwarming to see the generations coming to temple together, to be together, to hug and tease, to laugh and to cry. Later yesterday, they were gathering again for a celebration of life. Celebrations of life and memorial services are opportunities to let the stories of loved ones be told, either in person, by way of speeches or written programs to read and to keep, and now often by way of video form or just in chatting or texting. The stories help us to be grateful for our lives. They help us try to do our best in gratitude. Telling our stories, I feel, is Amita's virtues, incomparable, vast, and pure, extending like the vast open space, benefiting us all, not just me. I had not fully understood the value of holding memorial services until I conducted family graveside services for my own brothers. I was heartened by the parents bringing their small children, one of them 6 years old. He even gave a talk about his great uncle. Several of us told stories, reminisced about our brother, our uncle. I now see these stories as opportunities for Amita's virtues, Amita's goodnesses, incomparable, vast, and pure, to extend to us like vast open space to benefit us all. Perhaps now that we have made it through the worst of COVID-19, we will allow the virtue, the goodness of Amita's wisdom and compassion to guide us toward more memorial services. That we will recognize and understand the value of memorial services, which I believe lies in its importance of raising grateful family individuals through sharing our stories, through the hugs, teasing, laughter, and crying. Having conducted my own family's memorial services, I have a better understanding of the meaning of memorial services. Today is Father's Day. Perhaps we can ask our fathers about their stories, or tell them for others, or tell our own stories to our children and to our grandchildren. Tomorrow is Juneteenth, Independence Day for the African Americans. Listen to and learn those stories of struggle, strength, and gratitude. This is how I appreciate memorial services. Please join me in Gasho and listen reverently to the passage from Master Nagarjuna's chapter on easy practice. Incomparable, vast and pure, his virtues are, clearly extending like vast open space, his acts benefiting all. Thus I prostrate myself before Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Have a good summer, everyone, and thank you for listening.